Hey guys! Okay, so today I'm going to do another character introduction. I thought a lot about who I would introduce to you guys today in this video, and I have so many different characters to choose from that I've created over the years. it's pretty extensive. Not all of them are original universe characters. Some of them are fan fiction characters that I've created. So, like, if I were a superhero in Marvel or DC Comics, I have my superhero version in each one. So, actually, I have a few for each. Because I have two or three for DC, and then four for Marvel. I don't know. Hang on. I'm gonna double check this. It's right here. Okay. And I have so many files. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4. 4 for X-Men. Oh, I only have 2. Wait, is Crow? Crow is X-Men? Oh, yes, Crow is X-Men. Okay, so 2 for Young Justice, DC. Well, yeah, Fawn's Young Justice. And then, 4 for X-Men. So I have, a number of fan fiction characters. But then I have a lot of original characters in my own original universes. So I was like, how much time do I want to spend explaining their stories and stuff? And, yeah. Because not all of, I'm very good at starting things and very bad at finishing them. So, I have a lot of ideas for, full-on stories and novels that haven't gone anywhere, but I have the characters fleshed out pretty well. So I just have a huge collection of characters and a very small collection of finished stories. So, I think I said, I counted them, I have, 36 stories, in this file alone, and I have 4 more in a separate file, labeled short stories. So, yeah, it's a lot. That's stories, and then each story has a number of characters in it, and you can tell I really like creating characters. But today I figured that I'm going to stick with the same story for now. So I've introduced you guys to my character Milky, and now I'm going to introduce you to my character Angel, who is part of the same story, same universe. She is the main character, and alongside my friend's main character in our collaborated story. We've been working on this story for a little over 2.5 years, and we have, I think, close to 300 pages. We're at 270 something. And it's, I can't pull it up on here. I can't pull up the page number on here. If I had my laptop open, I could. But she's in the purple and I'm in the pink. And it takes 5 minutes to load because there's just that many pages. So, okay, now it's not gonna let me go back. Oh boy. Okay, there. So I'm just going to stick with characters from that story until I run out. And there's Angel, Ashton, Milky, Tiberius, Valentine? Wait. There needs to be 5. Angel, Ashton, Milky, Tiberius, and Valentine. Yes, I was counting it wrong. So there's my 5 characters for that. And then they also have family members and stuff. So there's a lot of characters. So going on to Angel, she is, just like with Milky, she represents a part of me, and my personality and my interests and stuff. And, out of all of the 5 characters I listed, Angel is probably the most like me. Her background and her experiences in life are a lot different than mine, just so that she has her own, or is her own person. But we have a very similar personality and very similar mindset. So she's just a very important character to me, and definitely a way for me to, work on myself and reflect on myself and just see what I can do with my personality. And she's she's just me. She's a mirror of me, or a foil of me. And so I really do my best to flesh her out and bring her to life whenever I write about her or write with her. So I have a profile set up right here, and usually when I create characters, I have like a short bio that has name, age, gender, physical appearance, and then notes that are just like a list of single words or phrases and descriptions of their personality and their interests and stuff. And then for this particular set, I have birthdays as well. I don't do that with all my characters. I will maybe move on, maybe do that at some point when I get around to finishing their stories. But back to Angel. So in this story, at the point we're in right now, she's technically my like a year younger than me. And in the story, we are a couple months away from her birthday, or not a couple months, like a week away from her birthday in the story. And so she's going to be turning a year older soon. And then for her notes, okay. So she's a very shy character, and she's definitely very spacey. Like her head is constantly in the clouds, kind of thing. She's always working on some kind of story or imaginative scenario going on inside her head. She's a very polite and very proper person. Kind of shy, quiet, but I don't know. She's one of those prime examples or poster childs for what a proper woman would look like back in the 1800s kind of thing. She's silly, she's nurturing, she's sweet, kind, witty. She's very observant of the world around her, especially when she's writing. She loves to take inspiration from something in her environment and use it to write with. She's open-minded and accepting. She loves hugs, books, blankets, and rain. She likes to listen to music and dress in comfortable clothing, so jeans and t-shirts. and like tennis shoes or boots or something. She does like to dress up kind of fancy and stuff on occasion. And then she doesn't really like sports much, but she'll make an exception for like watching hockey and soccer and stuff. And so like one of her like favorite pastimes is to go to the local hockey game. And then she dislikes mint ice cream, mint chocolate chip ice cream, bullies, modern country, and pop music. She does not like math or cold weather. She's a ballet dancer, and she enjoys baking and cooking. And then on to her background. So, I have a tendency to make very tragic characters. I have no idea why. It's just, my first instinct is, okay, what kind of background would this person have? Let's make it the saddest thing you can think of. And that's what I did with her. So, when she was 6 years old, her mother committed suicide. She had hung herself in the attic, and Angel was the one that found her. And so that definitely has created a lot of trauma and conflict for her, mentally and emotionally. And it's something she still struggles with, and throughout throughout the story. Her father is absent a lot of time for work. That's kind of his excuse all the time. He works for a very large company as a financial law advisor. So he works with the lawyers and works with the CEOs of the company on their finances. So if there's any kind of situation where this company's sued and such. So he travels a lot with these companies and these CEOs. And so he's very, very rarely around, and she kind of lives on her own and makes up excuses. But he does provide for her. Like, he'll, like, send her money and stuff like that, and pays for the house that she's living in. So it's oftentimes just her taking care of herself, and occasionally her cousins or her grandparents will check in on her. So you guys will meet Valentine eventually. Valentine is Angel's cousin, and he's a year older than her, but they're very, very close. They're like siblings, and since the incident happened, Valentine and his mother and the grandparents have kind of been working together to help raise Angel. And so they're very close, and he's always there for her, especially when her dad bails again. She dreams of publishing her stories and becoming a prima ballerina. Her dream career is to be a creative novelist. I almost forgot about this. She has a very strong, sensitive intuition. It's kind of bordering on the whole, like, empathy or empath kind of, like, deal. So, like, it's like a spidey sense. She can sense other people's emotions or emotional states. And, it goes beyond, just being able to read, like, body language and stuff. So, like, seeing people's auras or, like, spiritual energy kind of stuff, that's kind of what it is. she's currently publishing some of her short stories and poetry in a local magazine, in the story, and I figured I'd add that into her bio so that I wouldn't forget that. And I just thought it was something really cool. Her creative writing teacher at her high school is helping her do this. And then this is where it gets into concept and brainstorming for the future's story. So because of so because her dad is hardly around and we don't really know much about him so far, I was trying to come up with more of a solid reason for him to be gone so often. And it's probably going to be the most cliche or most predictable plot twist, but I want him to have secretly remarried and be living with his wife and their 2 children together without telling Angel and without telling his new family about Angel and his life before meeting his new wife. So she has 2 younger half-siblings and a stepmother, and they are on a separate file. I forgot about that. But the younger half-siblings are all under the age of 10. And then, her cousin Valentine has some suspicions about this. He suspects that his uncle isn't being very truthful and obviously doing some shady stuff. But he doesn't, say anything because he doesn't want to hurt Angel. And then, because of what happened with her mother, and she's definitely gone through a lot of mental emotional trauma, so she has severe anxiety and depression issues and panic attack disorder kind of thing. So that shows up in the story occasionally. And this is for the actual story, and this will take a little while, so I'm not gonna read through all of it, but it's kind of the point in the story where you find out about her dad and him having a new wife and stuff. So I will, however, really quick pull up her list of family members in their bios, because I want to mention her grandparents. She has, and there's supposed to be others, aunts and uncles as well. So, oh, that's it right there. So her grandparents are Stella and Marvin Martin. And after her mother died and her father started going off to work more, they took her in and raised her until she was 14. When she was 14, she decided to become emancipated. Wait, which one is it? Okay, she decided to legally, it starts with the E, emancipated? I think it's emancipated. If I'm getting this wrong, I'm sorry. She decided to become emancipated and live on her own, and so then she started living in the house that she's living in now with her dad paying for it, and it's not too far from her grandparents, so it's like a block or 2 away, and so she's been living on her own in this house since then, and so they raised her, and then she has, oh yeah, okay, Sorry. And then she has, Valentine and his mom. And, so Valentine's dad, you'll learn more about this when I introduce him. Valentine's dad was adopted by Maverick and Stella. Or not Maverick, Marvin. Why did I say Marvin Martin? I might change that. By Marvin and Stella. And so, he's one of their adopted sons, and then they have Angel's dad, Max, and then they have another one who's the oldest, Maverick. And, Maverick is not in the picture. Like, I don't think you will ever really get to meet him. You might get to hear about him in a story from Angel or Valentine, that kind of thing in the story, but you won't ever, like, he will never appear in the story outside of that. And then neither will Valentine's dad. Which, like I said, you will understand more when I introduce Valentine. So that's her immediate family, her biological family. Her dad's name is Max. Her mother's name was Evelyn. Yes, her mother's name was Evelyn. And Max and Evelyn were high school sweethearts. His current wife is Lila. And then their two kids are Chloe and Grayson. Chloe is 7, and then Grayson is 4. And those are Angel's half-siblings. And that's about it for her family members. And then you'll get to meet more and understand a little bit more about Valentine's part of the situation when I introduce him. So, excuse my ramblings, and I hope that it was enjoyable and that you liked getting to know Angel. I guess that's what I could say. I don't know. That you enjoyed being able to meet my character Angel and knowing a little bit about her story. And, oh, I guess I should say this really quick. Just so, Milky, when she came to Earth, met Angel, and so she is staying with Angel. She has an alien staying with her. Quite the story, isn't it? But anyway, she has Milky staying with her. So that is how Milky is tied into this whole story. Anyways, again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!